Hi everyone, it's Jess, aka Colouring Bumblebee, and I'm back today with another video for you. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my colouring plans for the month of, I was about to say February, we've just had February, for the month of March 2025. And if you watch my plans for February, you will see that a lot of my plans are the same in terms of buddy colours. February was a bit of a slow colouring month for me. I didn't colour for the first 2.5 weeks of February. I did a little bit on my birthday, a little bit on Valentine's Day, and then I didn't touch it again for a week, and I've only just now feel ready and willing to come back and record more videos for you, get back to the channel, get back to colouring, and having lots of fun sat at my desk again. So I will start today's video with my project books. I have managed to get most of my project books pages coloured for February, so we have picked new ones for March. So these are probably the most different plans, apart from this one, Year of Witches by Usiku. This is a project book with Zoe from Zoe's Cozy Colouring, and we both weren't feeling it this month that much, and so we decided to carry over the beekeeping page to March. And yeah, I love this page. It's one of my favourites from the book. I picked it for my birthday month for February, but I thought if she hadn't started it, I wasn't going to rush and do it mine, so I'll save it for March. So I'm really looking forward to getting that done, from Year of Witches by Usiku. Then I've got Colouring Heaven Pocket Fairy Tales. This is a project book with Lil from New Name. She is no longer Poles Colouring on Instagram. She is Colouring with Lil, which I think will make it a bit easier and make sure that we all say her name properly, because her name is Lil, short for Liliana. And she chose this page this month, the Beauty and the Beast page. Can't wait to get this done. And I'm really enjoying colouring in this book. We both are. And one of my favourite things about it is that month to month, I feel like the pages are very different from each other. We use a lot of different colours. Like for December, lots of reds and greens. For January, we use lots of blues. That one used a lot of oranges. I did a while ago. What was the one we just did? Oh yeah, nice and colourful for Wizard of Oz, sneak peek. And then we're going to have yellows and blues for this one. So, and a pop of red. So I suppose kind of similar to the Snow White one, but it will look quite different, I think. So I'm really looking forward to getting that one done from Fairy Tales Pocket Edition by Colouring Heaven. And then I have Matchstick Mouse, a Big Adventure colouring book. This is with Nikki from Knick Knack Colours, Georgie from Geordie Colours, and Amy from Colouring with Amy. And I got to pick the page for this month, and I picked this one for Mardi Gras. I believe it's the 4th of March or something like that. But we've got them celebrating Mardi Gras with all the beads and feathers in their hats and hairs and all this confetti coming around. I think this is going to be lots of fun, nice and bright and colourful, and I will finally be able to cover up this yellowing marker from the previous page. So really looking forward to that one from Matchstick Mouse, A Big Adventure. Next up, I've got 50 Woodland Miniatures by Camilla Angel Cover. This is a relatively new project book for me, with the lovely Mindy from Colouring with Cats Among Orchids and Jan from Aloha Lady on Instagram. And it was Jan's turn to pick a page, and she picked this one of the wolves singing at the moon with the guitar. Looks like they're on a camping trip to celebrate Jan going for her first camping trip this year, which she's looking forward to. And I think this will be a fun page to colour. Not sure what colours I want to go for it yet, but it'll be fun to do a nighttime scene. Not sure if I've done a nighttime scene yet in this book. It's all been nice, fun, bright daytime scenes, yeah. So yeah, it'll be fun to have a different vibe for a page in 50 Woodland Miniatures. Next, I've got RJ Hampson's Lost and Found colouring book. This is a project book with Dana from Dabbler D, and she chose the page for this month. She chose this one, Lost in the Woods. And this is one of those pages that is really different from between the two sets. I thought I would show you the comparison between the two. So I'm doing the black background and she's doing the regular line art from the front half of the book. So this is the one that I'm doing. You can see we've got this moon and kind of asteroids going, them on the bike, and this is the daytime version. So we've got it, instead of being lost in the woods, it's lost in the city. And he's got a hat that's flying off. He's got an umbrella instead of a telescope. And instead of it being this sort of hill scene, he's going through the city. Really different. So it'll be great to see how both of ours turn out at the end of the month. Really love this book. That is Lost and Found. Then I have another R.J. Hampson book. This is Around the World. This is a project book with Kath Colours Pages on Instagram. And we were doing the Orient Express page for this month. We both kind of struggled with this one, but I've got it mostly based. And I just need to pencil shade, which I'm hoping to do either today or tomorrow and finish it off, or the next day. Soon, basically. But the next page for March is the Alpine Way. I thought, oh, it's kind of Switzerland mountains, so there's a bit of a snowy scene, but then I was like, no, it's got loads of flowers running outside. We can make it a fun spring vibe. I think that'll look great with like yellows and oranges and pale greens. So looking forward to getting that one done in Around the World. And that is it for my project books for March. Moving on to Mini Mania, which is my full book colour along, that I host on Instagram, where I put up a few options of pages for you to vote on Instagram, and the winning one is the page that gets coloured for the month. And the one that won for March was this one, the kind of miniature flowers scenes. There's lots of tiny details, especially in this one. So you may need to get your fine liners out and get some sharp pencils. I'm not sure if I would use alcohol markers for the background of this one, that's for sure. But there's some really cute scenes in this, and I think it'd be nice to pick a colour palette, kind of limited, and have them all match, but not necessarily use every colour, if that makes sense. So say this is like blues, yellows, greens. This could have a purple as well. Then this one could be purple, yellow, green, and yeah, just kind of spreading the colours throughout the page. So that is Mini Mania by Gabby Wolf. And then the other full book colour along that I'm participating in at the moment is 50 Mythical Miniatures by Camille Enjakova. This is by Melissa at Winter 89 Colours for Project Mythical Minis, and she picks 4 pages each month. One she picks herself, and for March she picked this one, the Leprechaun, which will be very fitting for St. Patrick's Day. I believe it's the 17th of March. There'll be lots of greens and golds for that one. One she randomises, and that's the page that gets chosen. So for March, the randomly chosen one was Medusa. Again, lots of greens for this page, but I like the composition of it. And then for the final 2 pages, she puts out 4 options on Instagram for you to vote, and the top 2 pages are the ones that we colour. So Gnome is definitely going to be coloured because it's winning. And then the other options is going to either be the Gargoyle or it's going to be the Griffin. They were both tied when I checked the poll. Was it the Griffin or was it? I think it might have been. Oh yeah, it was the Griffin. Yeah, it's definitely that one. One near the front of the book. I thought maybe it was the Hippogriff instead, but no, that's at the back of the book. I'm getting confused. So it's going to be either the Gargoyle or the Griffin, depending on which one edges out and which one Melissa picks. But yeah, looking forward to getting some more pages done in 50 Mythical Miniatures. Then moving on to some outstanding buddy colours. First up, I've got Kawaii Taro, and I have made a start on this one, the 4 of Coins. I've been using this colour cube palette to help me, and I've been using the Arteza Expert pencils for this page. This is a buddy colour with an Inky Adventurer over on Instagram, and she's completed her page, but I'm getting there. And then the other one I had in here was with Melissa from Winter 89 Colours. We both had a bit of a colouring didn't colour much in February, so we have moved this onto March, which is great. There was a couple of times where I almost started it and then I felt a bit lost. But yeah, I definitely want to get that coloured. And one of my prompts for the March Lululemon scavenger hunt is chair, which I thought would suit well for this of carrying it over. And then the only other page in this book, I have started the chariot. I think you'll remember me saying in my February plans that I wanted to get the chariot, strength and the hermit done, so I could have the hermit done before the end of the winter season at February. Clearly that hasn't happened. I'm just going to let it be. But yeah, I've based the chariot with some Tombow Jewel brush pens and I think a couple of Crayola super tips as well. But really liking the kind of jewel tones of this page so far. So that is Kawaii Taro. Then I have Magical Woodland. This is by Kate Pellerin, and this was a buddy colour I organised in January with Veronica Dunn, and I was going to prioritise it for the start of February. Didn't get around to even colouring at the start of February, so I still have this page left to do. It's this little frog chilling in a treehouse. Really cute, and I don't think it would take too long to colour, considering the majority of the image is the tree itself, and then you've just got a bit of bed inside, so lots of browns and greens, and I think it may be like a fun pop of yellow or orange, or both. So that's Magical Woodland. Then I have A Million Magical Creatures by Lululemon, and this was a buddy colour with Steph Louise Argyle on Instagram, and we were doing this one, the Unicorn Ride, for the prompt Fairy Wings for February, and I just haven't had the time to get it started or finished. I think this was also a buddy colour with Steph, and I still have yet to finish, so maybe I could do it at the same time, although it is very autumnal. But I've based it with Tombow Jewel brush pens, and I just need to do a bit of shading with some pencils. So, but I would prioritise this one first over the other one. That is A Million Magical Creatures. Then Minor Ice Dutch Africa. I was planning on doing the flamingo page with, just double check it, yes, What Colourful Worlds, here on YouTube and on Instagram. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't save this for March, because it's, I don't know, it gives more sort of springy summer vibes rather than wintry vibes. But I've been using Black Widows for this page and just need to kind of work out the greenery, the other leaves, some colour for the butterfly, and shouldn't be too much work to get done. Minor Ice Dutch Africa. Then I have Pochi's Midnight Tea Party with Stuffed Animals. This is a buddy colour with Amy Ward Art, and we are doing this kitty sat on a post box, and Amy has been going through some health issues this past month, so send your well wishes to Amy. Hope you feel better soon, and your mum as well. So we moved this to March. She reached out to me and I said, oh, I was going to reach out to you saying to postpone this, so that's absolutely fine. Looking forward to getting my first page coloured in this book though. Then I've got Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. This is a whip that I started, I think 2 years ago now, and Shelley from Weaver Shelley reached out to me to get it done. She has completed her page and it looks amazing. I love it. It's got this great glow to it, but I just need to finish mine. I've got the pencils already sat aside for the colour palette I planned out ages and ages ago, and I just need to sit down and get it done. That is Daydreams. And the final outstanding buddy colour I had from February is from the Alice in Wonderland special. This is with Christine from Sant Colours, and we are doing the Dreaming of White Rabbits page. Again, she has finished the page, it looks amazing. I just need to go through it and do the pencil shading. Don't mind that noise, that was my stack of books falling over on the floor. Yeah, I just need to do the colouring. And I'm thinking maybe a pop of pink for the flowers. I think that would be fun. That's the Alice in Wonderland special. And the only new buddy colour that I created for March, and I am not taking on any more buddy colours. Sorry to anyone that reaches out. But we had already talked about doing a page in this together in February before I went into my colouring slump, and this is with Nikki from Nikki Jane on Instagram. She very kindly gifted me this book, And so I said if she wanted to do a buddy colour, I'd be totally up for that. And we are going to do this intro page, which I'm really excited for because it would be a double page spread. And I need to do some more double page spreads this year because it's a goal of mine to do one per month, and I've done 0 so far. And we're 2 months into the year. But I love this page. I always have. It was one of the reasons it was on my wish list for such a long time was because of this page. I think it's so cute. Her sort of dreaming and her hair spelling out this word oh dear here. I think the hair will be fun to colour. That is Escape to Wonderland by Good Wives and Warriors. Then the last few books I have are some more personal plans that I want to get done. First up is Johanna Basford's Magical Worlds. You may remember back in January I put out a poll for some books of potential colour-alongs on the channel. This book won. Then I put out a few options of pages to colour, and this duck page one. For the longest time I was calling it a swan, but it's definitely a duck with that kind of bill. And this page one, and I was going to do it for January, ran out of time in the month, I was too busy, got a lot done in January, and I was going to move it to February. I wasn't in the colouring mood for February, so it's now going to be done for March. And I think this will be fun to do kind of a monthly group buddy colour together on the channel where I coloured this page, you can colour the page, and I will have an infographic. In fact, I will pop it on screen now and I will post it on the community tab. I think it would be fun for us all to colour this together. If you send me your completed page to my email, which is colouring.bumblebee@gmail.com, I think it would be fun to collect them all together at the end of the month and showcase them in a slideshow. And now I've said this in a video, I'm going to have to do it and get this colour along done, so that will be good motivation for me. And you can either colour it at your own pace, follow my colour along, or yeah, you can either follow the colour along or do it your own way. Either is absolutely fine. So that is Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. Then another thing I've been talking about for such a long time is starting a full book colour along in Sargon, and I've decided March is going to be the month. I was very tempted to pick it up and start doing it at the end of February, but I was like, no, I need to get these project books coloured in. So I focused on that. So hopefully start of March I will get into this book. I think the first thing I'm going to colour is this little fairy here, and probably this little cloud guy up there as well, just as a simple introduction to the whole full book colour along. And then we can go through and choose what pages we do first. But yeah, really looking forward to getting started in this book finally, one of my favourite books in my collection. That's Sargon by Maria Trolle. Then, in a similar vein, I've just been in the Maria Trolle mood. I've seen a lot of pictures by her recently, and I just really want to get started in one of her books. And I haven't coloured in one of her books in such a long time, which is such a shame because I love her artwork. I recently got this as a gift from Zoe for Christmas, and I haven't had the time to colour in it yet, and I thought this would be the perfect month to start. And I do have this book flagged as a possible prompt challenge to colour a woodland animal, but I really love this book, and I don't know what page I want to do yet, whether I want to do one of those woodland animals. My idea was to do one of these double page spreads here at the back. Where's the other one? That one. I really like both of those. Or if I just want to pick a single page to start with and then do one of those double page spreads later on in the year. Yeah, there's loads of really cute options in this book. And it's probably one of my favourites as well. I've got Universe, the compilation book, and a lot of my favourite pages from that come from Moon Valley. I love this one of the little fairy with the bee. Yeah, I may do something like find a prompt, randomise, I'm not sure yet. I'll see what inspiration hits me when it does. But I just thought I would flick through it with you. Quite like this one with the bluebells. That's cute. Could be fun for quite a limited colour palette. Yeah, it's just filled with such cute illustrations and quite a fun variety of kind of scenes and close-ups. Double page spreads here at the back. Lots featuring this little girl. And you've got this registry at the back, which is great. So that is Moon Valley by Maria Trolle, one that I'd really like to get coloured in. And with the anticipation of Kirby's new book, Dark Fairy Tales, coming out in March, at the end of March, I will probably have that as a focus to colour on in April, as it will be coming out towards the end of March. I thought I would colour something in Alien Worlds, because I've been thinking about this book for a while. I'm part of Happy Catastrophes group, although I don't often pop in there anymore, just because it's become a bit too much and overwhelming for me, but I lurk. I'm a bit of a lurker in that group. And the idea is to go through each of the planets in order at your own pace. I haven't done the asteroid belt, but I have done the Lost Paradise landscape, and I really enjoyed how this turned out. And I would really like to get these 2 pages done. I'd probably focus on one at a time, but I've got my colours from Inktense. I've been using Inktense in this book and really challenging myself on that. And I think I'd like to get one of these done. And it shouldn't take too long, as I've got the colours all planned out. I know I want to do him yellow and teal like I've done here. And then the sky would look the same, this sort of aquary blue with some pink clouds. The bright greens for the foliage. And these little guys. What colour did I do them in here? Ah, this tealy blue. So that will be a nice balance of the tealy blue for these little creatures with the kind of spines, spiky bits on the back. So I'm looking forward to getting that done, hopefully, for March from Alien Worlds by Kirby Rosanas. Then I was having a look through my colouring journal at some of the spreads I set up at the start of the year, and one of them was my colouring goals, and one of the goals is to focus on 5 books to completion, not necessarily for this year, but just eventually. This book is on that list, and I haven't touched it at all this year, so I thought it would be perfect time, as I want to check back in and see how many pages I've coloured from each of those focus books each month. As we are going into spring, I thought it would be good to do one of these spring pages. That is gorgeous, with the house and then baking the muffins and bread, it looks like. I do have a whip in here as well. This one's not my favourite. Love this one with the ducks. I think I would save doing one of the smaller images for someone later, because I have coloured this little image and I don't want to do all the small images at the start. I want to spread them out. I do have this as a whip, so it would be good to get this finished, or at least a bit further along. It's quite a detailed page, but I've got the colours that I used written down here, so I at least know which ones to kind of pick from when I'm doing other elements in the page. But it would be good to perhaps get that one done. Birthday one. Could have done that for February, but alas, February wasn't a good colouring month for me. And I also love that one, but the grass would take quite a while, wouldn't it? So yeah, I think I would probably focus on finishing this whip. If not, I do really love this first one as well. So a page from Colouring Book for a Bright Day Together by Stella Park would be great if I got that done for March. And the final book I have is the Secret Invitation book by Natsuki. And I picked this book out as it's one of my 10 books to touch for 2025. And it was randomised for January, and I just ran out of time, didn't get round to it. And I thought, as we're coming into spring, this would be a good time to start this book. I think maybe because it was winter in January, I wasn't necessarily in the mood to colour so many bright, fun florals, but I think this would be great to start finally. And I kind of want to go through an order, as it is a kind of storybook. But we've got these big, bold lines. Looking at it now, I'm like, Inktense could work well in this book. The paper feels good. I've just got some watercolours, so that could be good to test out maybe. But I'm tempted to use Artex because they have really nice bright selection of colours. They're nice and creamy. so I think I might use them for this page. So that is it. Those are all my plans for March. I do have some scavenger hunt prompts that I'd like to get done, but haven't nailed down which pages I want to do for those yet. So that's for the Comuna Injakova ones by Yolanda, my Lulu Mayo ones, and the Cute and Cozy ones by Zoe. So I will be trying to sort of spread those out throughout the month as well, but these are the things that I would like to focus on for March, and I'm hopeful that I'll get more accomplished this month than I did for February. But that is everything. Let me know what your plans are for March. I am totally ready to start some spring colouring. I don't know about you. For those of you in the southern hemisphere, I hope you're looking forward to getting in some cooler weather with the autumnal season coming up. Let me know what you're planning on colouring for March. I'd love to hear in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.